Hello everyone. So what I'm doing right here, I have my seitan that I already mixed. The dough has formed, so I'm just cutting it now so that I can proceed to cooking it. I'm pouring in some vegetable broth, and I'm going to fill up the saucepan so that the seitan, as it starts to boil, so that it doesn't touch the bottom of the pot, so that I do not use all of my broth. I will go ahead and add some water to it, about half a cup of water. So it goes in half a cup of water. This method is a good way for you to cook your seitan because, say, as you flavor this broth, the seitan will absorb all of that amazing flavors that you boil it in. Look at that. Yep, it tends to do that. And some of them started to stick together, but that's no problem. So I closed the pot and it kept bubbling up. So I mentioned this is the first time in a long time since I've boiled a seitan. Scratch what I said earlier, do not cover the pot. So I have 12 minutes out of the 20 minutes that I said to cook it for left on the clock. I most often will cook based on intuition than anything else. So right now I feel like taking this out. I will be cooking this protein substitute more in this recipe, so that's why I am not worried about cooking it longer, because I definitely will be doing that later on. So okay, this one is a great example. Because I had covered the pot earlier, see, it had flattened because for some reason the nutritional yeast, I don't know the exact signs, but it flattened this way, and I do not want it to flatten. I didn't intend for it to flatten this way, and I had forgotten and covered the pot. No problem, I'll still eat it. Everything else didn't flatten as much, so lesson learned. You live, you learn, you know. 4 to 5 tablespoons of palm oil, and the heat is already on low, medium low. To that, add a 1/4 onion and 1 minced garlic. It's been so long since I've sauteed onion in palm oil, and it just smells so good right now. I'm adding half a cup of salsa mix. This is vegan salsa. So at this stage, the goal here is so that all of the excess moisture or water that was in the salsa, so that all of that can dry down. And I have the heat on medium. If this is your first time working with palm oil, it tends to splatter, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the heat. So I've gone ahead and turned the heat to very, very low, and I'm just going to add now 1 habanero pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. To this mixture, I'm adding 4 ounces of ground egusi seeds. This was pre-ground. I just went ahead and soaked it in water. Just a little bit of water so that it covers the ground melon seeds that we call egusi, and go ahead and add it to your mixture. Also, the remaining broth from the seitan, I'm going to go ahead and add that. And also, please take note that I am not stirring my egusi, and I'm also going to add my seitan. So cover your pot at this stage and let it cook for 20 minutes. I also want to season the egusi, so I'm adding another 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And as you see, I added ground black pepper off camera. It's beautiful. I did turn the heat down to low because the strategy with cooking this type of meal is that when we had initially put the egusi melon seeds, we didn't want to disturb it. So as you did pour it in and you didn't disturb it, it would be important for you to know not to cook it on high heat. Yeah, it did start to brown at the bottom, but overall it's definitely fine. And plus, this is a non-stick cooking pan, you can get it to look as beautiful as it is looking like this. This looks absolutely stunning. Mother of God, this is beautiful. Wow. Ooh, and I was worried that the one habanero pepper that I had put in wasn't enough. But no, it's actually perfect. Because with certain African foods, you definitely want to eat it spicy. I'm going to add now more than 1 cup of frozen spinach. This is just less than 1/4 teaspoon, which would be 1/8 teaspoon. That's how little of a salt I'm adding. My people, that vegan egusi soup here, I know you're hearing the Liberian accent for Nigerian food, but that don't now.